Hi guys, it's Amir from Newbie and Me. I'm doing this quick video for you guys who are expecting and don't know actually anything about purchasing prams. So I'm going to say a few questions that we would ask if you come into store and what you'd expect. So a few of the questions that we would ask you if you come into store is such things as, do you travel a lot? The reason that we'd ask something like this is so we can now get an idea of what kind of car seat you need, whether you need a lie flat car seat or whether you want something that's it's a standard car seat. So there's a couple of things that we recommend. The other things that we would ask is what kind of access do you have at home? So for example, if you live in a flat, would you want something that's big and bulky because you're not going to be able to carry it all the way upstairs, or whether you live in a standard house where you'd be able to just roll your pram up to your house. What kind of area do you live in? So this is whether you live in an urban kind of area, city area, purely because obviously the types of terrain that you've got. So do you need something that's got a lot of suspension, whether you need a pram that's got air-filled tyres, or whether you need something that's got solid tyres? So that's the reason that we'd ask that question. Another question, do you have medical conditions? It's not so much of going into detail about medical conditions, it's more the case of finding out if you suffer from a bad back. So if you have got a bad back, do you want something that's low, that's going to make you suffer when you're trying to pick up your baby? And also car seats, whether you want something that spins, etc. Do you have a style preference? So this is in terms of, have you seen something that you like the style of, whether you want the traditional looking carry cot or whether you want the contemporary looking carry cot and seat units and different functions that you've seen that you'd like. Do you drive? This is also important, so we need to know if you drive, and if you do a lot of driving, what type of car you've got, what kind of boot size you've got. Because we've been doing this for quite some time, we automatically know what fits in what car, because we've tried them out in that many different types of car. Are you planning on having any more children straight after the one that you are planning on having? I know that scares a lot of people, but it's also important that you're not investing all this money into a pram and you can't turn it into a double. So it's important that we know this. And sometimes you can't answer it because you don't know what's around the corner, but it's just to get an idea of what your thought process is. Do you walk a lot? So when you're walking, do you want something that, say for example, if you've got a dog, if you're going to go quite off-road, what type of pram that you have? Do you need something with a bigger basket just to obviously carry and help you out? Another question that we'd probably ask is, do you have any other younger children, or do you have any other children that will benefit from having a double pram or something like a ride on board? So these are another question that will help with purchasing another pram. Another question, have you had any recommendations already? So have your friends, a few friends have had a different type of pram that they've recommended to you? Because sometimes friends will always say, yeah, this pram works absolutely amazing, but unfortunately not, every individual is different and their lifestyles are all going to be different. So as much as somebody's going to recommend something to you, that pram may not suit you purely because of your lifestyle. So those are all the questions that we would ask you. There'll probably be a few more questions that we would ask, but it just gives you an idea from now. So if you are planning on coming in later on in this year or even next year, it just gives you an idea of what you can answer straight away and gives you a head start. Thank you for watching. I hope this has helped. See you soon.